What's up, YouTube? We're back. I actually ported it. I mean, I didn't get like all the chamber. Everyone would be like, you didn't touch every area. I'm like, you don't have to. For what we were doing, it was more just radiusing the bowls and getting the ports to be a little bit more straight. But when you look at this port, and then I go look at the other A4 port, or this is the A4 port. And then when I go look at the H22A port in a second, I'll show you guys. You'll see that the intake ports are different. I don't care what anyone says. The intake ports are different. This one has less of a D shape. It's more round, and that's closer to what the K series has. I think that's what really happened with the A4 was when they switched the A4 in '98 to the open deck. I think the redesigned cylinder head benefited from that, and this is the better head of the two. I mean, I would say the PDE, if you can find it at a junkyard on an A4, and you have if you're building a G series, like William Birkin, I'm just kidding, not Resident Evil, but if you're building a G or whatever, I would call it an F22 Frank, F22 Frank, you could realistically get away with using an H22A4 head over an H22A1 head, and it would probably be easier with the different angle on the valves because they are recessed more, and you guys will be like, yeah, no, I don't know, maybe they're not, but you'll see it. They'll see it. I'll show you guys. But other than that, yeah, I port matched to the gasket. The exhaust opened it up, and mainly just opened the bowl. We're trying to focus behind the valves, and then I did the chamber walls because I have oversized valves, so by doing that it deshrouds these are huge valves compared to the stock one. It's a 0.5 millimeter, which in cylinder head, that's a lot. Like, it's a lot. We can destroy the motor if one of these drops. I mean, I've had issues with the other head, and we'll see that. So anyway, guys, give me a second. Alright, guys, so yeah, I've been working. I've been doing a lot. Well, I just haven't been messing around. I want to talk about this in a separate video, but let's grab a valve. See, this is the one that's super bent, and then this is the one that's bent. Like, you can see it when I spin it. It kind of doesn't spin straight. Grab one of these. Grab one of these. Okay. Put this guy in here. Plop. Plop. Somebody's driving. Oh, it's a little kid with a little truck like mine. The OBS. So, alright, so somebody's alarm went off in the middle of that, but if you look at it, just in general, you can see it has been decked. The other one hasn't been touched in that area. But when you look at the valves and everything, like if you're looking at the other chamber, and then you look at this one, look at how much room there is here. And then when you look at the other one, you'll realize that they're actually the valves are a little bit further apart, and they sit at a slightly flatter angle. Like, you can see it when you look at this chamber and then go back to the video. And then what I've noticed is, if you can see here, I haven't even really got to the machine work here. These ports are a lot smaller, and my theory is that this head actually is a slightly different head. I think they were just learning, and it was the first year, so this one is definitely a first year jitters kind of deal. It's like, yeah, this one has the quirks of the first year of casting, and then the next few years are probably better. And then I would say, but if you're really doing it, a 98 one would be 98 to 01 would be a better choice, with just the differences in the combustion chamber, I would say. It just promotes power. This is like a canted roof, and that one's almost like a hemisphere. It's almost there. It's pretty close. But yeah, I wouldn't say there's too much differences if you're going to send it out. But if you're just running stock, I would run the A4. Just seems like a better valve angle, more flat, less steep, and that would probably help with piston. But I'm saying this is all theory. I mean, it's all theory. I can't even really tell you that if they're different or not, but I feel like if you just look at the head itself, you'll see the differences. And I mean, even the floor, like on this one, the floor feels like it doesn't go as flat, as easy. Doesn't feel like it does. I don't know. I just feel like with this one, it seems like the floor is more pronounced in terms of when I poured it. There's a lot more of a lip here. Like they press this in, but they didn't necessarily go in and match anything. Whereas with the other head, when I started working on it, there was no lip here. The only lips was like a little bit in the casting mark. I had to spend probably 4 hours on that other one, and I'm already probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours into this one, and I haven't even gotten anywhere near touching the exhaust ports.